Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video, I thought I would do a what's in my bag video. Now, about a year ago, I did a 3-month review of my Fairfax and Favor work bag, and gosh, it's heavy. I thought it'd be a good time, now it's about a year ago that I did that video, that I would do a what's in my bag. I'm currently in Auckland in New Zealand at the moment in a hotel room, and thought I'd go through the stuff that I normally put in my, I guess, more corporate bag. And also it's quite handy when I'm traveling as well. But it's mainly stuff that I have in my day-to-day bag. If it's interesting to you guys, let me know. I do quite like these videos when people do stuff about what's in their bag. But I thought I would do it for the Fairfax and Favor one because I do use it quite a lot for work, because it's got, I think it's called a WINDSOR work bag, and it's got like a laptop divider, so it is handy for things like that. But I'll put all the details in the description bar of Fairfax and Favor. It's not sponsored, I bought this bag myself. I really like the colour, it's like a pebbled tan leather and is lovely. But if you wanted to check out that video that I did of my 3-month review of the bag, I'll link it in the card in the corner and the description bar below. But this video is basically what is in my work bag. So we will get started. Now this is really heavy, it's got quite a lot of stuff in, and to start off we'll go with the, I guess, somewhat boring part, is that the Fairfax and Favor bag is a top handle and crossbody strap, and it's got a padded zipped laptop section within. If I've got any images I'll put them on screen, and I find it really handy for my MacBook Air. So this is kind of like a, I think it's rose gold, I think it's called. And I always take this around with me, it's super handy. And I like the fact that the bag's got that padded section. So that is the laptop, which always goes with me. And I'm currently on my phone, but I would normally have my phone in the bag as well. So that's just a regular iPhone. And I also like to take my noise cancelling headphones. I'll either be listening to music or podcasts, anything like that. I'll link a description in the description bar below, current podcasts that I like listening to, and just kind of focusing on if I need to do work. So it is quite handy, and these are brilliant. And these are, I think, the Sony wireless headphones. So next up, I also have I do have a diary on my phone, but I like to have a kind of backup paper one as well. And this is the Liberty 2025 diary. And I really like the Liberty London diaries. Now, if you're not familiar with Liberty, it's a really gorgeous, I think it's a Tudor building in the centre of London, renowned for like fabrics, rugs, all sorts of clothing. It's a stunning, stunning building. But I'll link one of my previous Liberty videos in the description bar below as well. And I just love their fabrics, and they have these really lovely, quite handy sized diaries, and each year they have different fabrics, and you probably can't see on screen, but it's a gorgeous material, it's really soft. And I have that as well as the diary on my phone, and then also just something for notes as well, so just a standard notepad that I like to have with me. And again, it's not too kind of cumbersome, it's quite thin and just handy to have. Then I think we have, so I have my keys and my cards, etc. that I need. I quite like the Louis Vuitton chain setup. I think this is called a pouch, I think, or wallet. And it's just really convenient. I don't like to carry too much. And you can also clip it to the bag as well. So that is really good. And I think, now if you're not new to my channel, you know I like afternoon teas and food. I will always have snacks in my bag, and today's snacks are just a load of pistachio nuts, which I find kind of quite slow release if I need kind of energy. But quite often there'll be a chocolate bar or some sweets of some kind in my bag. And along with that as well, I will always have kind of a perfume of some kind. And today I've got the Jo Malone English Pear and Sweet Pea, which is, oh, it's just so good. And this is a 30ml, and I find the 30mls are really good for handbag sizes. I don't like to carry anything too big. 1, just in case it breaks, and 2, just for space. So this is really nice, and I do quite like the Jo Malone perfumes. And currently I'm trying to read more books. Now I'm not really someone that will read a book on a Kindle or an audiobook. Even though I do like podcasts, I like physically turning the page of a book. I find it quite therapeutic actually. And I'm really trying to improve my reading, and I'll link in the card in the corner in the description bar below my previous videos where what books I read last year and what books I'm trying to read this year, because I am quite a slow reader. And I've just finished one book, and this is the second one in I think a 3 series, and it's Sierra Simone Sinner. And it's kind of like spicy fiction. I did really like, I think the first one was Priest, and I read that pretty quickly. I read that in like a week, which never happens, never ever happens, but it was very easy to read. And yeah, it was spicy. So I'm not sure how spicy Sinner is. You'd imagine Sinner would be more spicy than Priest by the title, but you never know. So I've literally just started the second one, so I've got that in my bag. So I'll always have some book of some kind, but usually a paperback and nothing too chunky. And also, I'm in Auckland at the moment, and if you've not been to New Zealand, it basically is 4 seasons in one day, so you always have to have an umbrella. And this is my Fortnum & Mason umbrella, which was actually quite affordable and has gone through all sorts of crazy weather conditions, and it's been pretty good. So I always have that with me as well, and I just love the colour of Fortnum & Mason. Sorry guys, the sun was just setting right in my line of vision, so I couldn't really see. But I've just closed the curtains just in case it looks a bit weird. So basically one of the things that I always have in my bag as well, I have an EpiPen, just because I've got various allergies. So I always would have one of these in my handbag, irrespective of where I'm going and what meetings I'm doing. So that's always in my bag. Some other stuff that I usually carry as well is various cables. So I don't like to carry too much, but I've got a couple of extra cables that I kind of got this little kind of clip that kind of keeps the cables together and tidy. I can't bear cables that are just all over the place, especially in my handbag. So this is really nice. I think I got this off Amazon. It's just like a little leather clip, but it just kind of keeps them all together and just nice and tidy. So that's just extra cables. And this one I've just been using actually, so that's been good, and just kind of a plug. And just for freshening up as well, I always use Sol de Janeiro, the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream, as a really good moisturiser, and for my hands as well. So that's a really handy size. I think this is 75ml. I think you can get like a 50ml travel size one as well. So again, not too cumbersome, and it doesn't take up too much space either. And just freshening up as well, I have a Moravitsa, which is I think it's Queen of Hungary Mist. Smells amazing. This is glass, so it is quite heavy, which is a bit of a shame, but it does smell lovely, and it's a gorgeous little spritz. Yeah, that's lovely. Again, in and out of meetings, if I'm traveling on a plane or wherever really, or just a nice, you know, it's a hot day and it keeps quite cool being in the glass bottle. So, and it smells lovely. So really like this. It would just be nice to have like a travel size one for my bag. Then again, freshening up, can't be without wet wipes. You never know if you're eating something or you drop something. This is just a little travel size one. And what else have we got? So, I mean, my mic's on me at the moment, but I will always carry my rechargeable mic with me if I'm filming or doing something. And this is just a really handy size, and it's chargeable. And this is my DJI, I think it's DJI wireless mic, I think it's called. And got that in there. And obviously I'm filming today. Then I like to have, being in Auckland, the sun is really quite strong, kind of all year round. So I always have some SPF. And I think this is only 30 SPF. Normally I'd have 50. So, but again, really good pocket size, and just kind of quickly goes on because you never know. So I'll always have some SPF of some kind, especially for my face. And depending on where I am, what I'm doing, I always have bobbles, hair bobbles, clips, scrunchies. These are Lily Silk scrunchies, which are gorgeous. And again, any of the things that I've got here, I'll link in the description bar below if I've got any links. But I have so many of these. I like scrunchies. They're a bit nicer on my hair and don't kind of like pull my hair out, whereas some clips and things and ties do. So I'll always have at least 1 or 2 of these in my handbag. And what else have we got? So with this bag, there's various compartments. So the main compartment, I've got a, what is it? A wet brush. And that's really good and quite light. Tissues, you can never be without tissues. I've also got, so I do wear contacts, but most of the time I wear my glasses. And I do have prescription sunglasses as well, which I think these are Liberty as well. Yeah, these are Liberty sunglasses. And also with my Crazy Cat Lady sunglasses case, which I love, very me. And quite often, if I'm wearing contacts, I'll then put these in the case as well, and they fit both, which is really convenient as opposed to two separate cases. And what else have we got? So I've got some medication that I take and vitamins. So I put those usually in a smaller container, but I usually have those at the bottom. And then some mints just to freshen up if I've had something spicy or just before I'm going into a meeting. I think it's always quite nice. What else have we got? So in the smaller compartment of the bag, again, another scrunchie. And what else have we got? I've got, let's have a look. So I've got my business cards, which I have. I think I got this business card holder from Amazon from memory. It's quite old. Just keeps them all together. It's a bit more professional. And I've got a mirror. Oh, I've got my, what is it? Chanel double mirror. A nice little case. That was a nice little treat that I got a few years ago. So always handy to have the mirror. And we're getting right to the bottom now. What have we got? So we have things like a lip balm. Always like a lip balm. I think this one is Augustinus Bader. Yeah, Augustinus Bader. Just very standard, which it's really nice. But I do get really dry lips. And I quite like ones that are just really kind of lipstick style, that are just convenient. Again, isn't going to leak or break and just kind of easily contained. And I've also got, now I've got a little La Mer moisturising cream, as well as the Bum Bum cream. This is just a little mini one, because La Mer is quite expensive, I would say. And it's a lot thicker than the more looser Bum Bum cream from Sol de Janeiro. So it's always nice to have that if I need that extra bit of moisture on top, and it's kind of a bougie amount. And then we've just got some tweezers. You never know if you're going to need tweezers. And along with that, I've got, where are we at the bottom? I've got some nail clippers. And also I quite like using eye drops. Again, if I'm traveling or going into meetings, it just refreshes your eyes if you're tired or you've got dry, itchy eyes. It's really handy to have, just a little bottle. And what else have we got? Oh, I've got lots of pens. Can never have too many pens, I think, in a handbag. And then I often carry a little bit of makeup. I don't wear a huge amount of makeup, but I've got a little mini, it's Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury, that I think I got in an advent calendar. I can't remember how I got it, but I like the size and doesn't take up much space. It's really quite cute. But it's the Pillow Talk one. And then this is, I think this is also Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner in brown. So I don't wear a massive amount of makeup, to be honest, but I will always have something. I've then got just some, I think it's charcoal dental floss. Again, is always nice. And a hydration sachet. I'll always have a couple of these in the bag because you, again, never know if you need it. And just a couple of clips, again, just to kind of get my, hair out my face, or if it's really hot. And just some Tampax, which I carry with me if I need it. All the girlies out there, you don't want to be caught short, so I usually have at least one just in case. And I think that is it for the bag. Now, the bag is quite handy. You have got all these little subsections. There's actually nothing in the back of this one. I kept that empty, but it does carry quite a lot of stuff. One other thing that I do carry, which I've just been drinking, is I do use a water bottle. So this does go in the bag as well. And I try and use metal ones just because it keeps my water quite cold. So, and I don't like massive water bottles. I like them so they do fit in your handbag. There's nothing more annoying than carrying your handbag and then you've then got to carry a water bottle on top. That in a nutshell is what I have. So let me know in the comments below what you guys have in your handbags or corporate bags. Is there anything that you'd recommend that I think I'd be worthwhile having? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.